Welcome to Michigan Football Film Study Focus on the Offense with Al Borges, brought to you by Autograph. Of course, Sam Webb's not here this week. Prayers and thoughts with him and his family as he's going through this tough time. I'm his fill-in. I'm Josh Newkirk. Most of you might see me sometimes. I'm the guy that stands next to him in the post-game videos. But Sam and I have been working together for roughly 13 years now. I actually used to cover Al when he was the offensive coordinator at Michigan. And man, it's been a while, but it's great to be here. Great for this opportunity to just pick your brain, Al, and just I'm sure everyone here that watches the show is excited to see you break down USC versus Michigan. Michigan, of course, got the big win, 27-23, a rush-dominated game. Actually, you don't know. I don't know if you saw me, Al, but I saw you. You were fired up in the elevator post game.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it was the emotions. The emotions were real. The emotions were real. The palms were getting sweaty. And then Michigan gets it done, of course, with that drive to win the game after struggling all throughout the second half. They made plays when they needed to, and they got the W. It was a great game in the end. And just want to get your thoughts as we start breaking down these plays. It's just an exciting time here as we're a third of the way through the season.
Yeah, winning with 32 yards passing probably isn't going to sustain long. But when you beat SC, and I am not an SC fan. I coached at UCLA 5 years and grew up a Notre Dame fan. So you can see how much I don't like SC. And when the guy started whining on the elevator about penalties, that was it. I didn't want to hear that. I mean, they got their butts kicked on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and I heard that before. I don't want to hear that anymore. It brought out my deja vu of other days. But that said, I thought it was a great way to win a football game. The final drive and taking it down, making the plays when you got to make the plays. The second half they were kind of dormant. Things weren't going too good. But when it counted, they rushed the football. And when it was all said and done, they rushed it for damn near 300 yards. So that's what it took to win this game. I think it's going to take more in other games. Okay, I really do. But at this point, this is a work in progress a little bit with a new quarterback. So hopefully they're building for what they need to do to win other games as we go.
Alex Orji got the win in his first start, like as you mentioned. Not the numbers that you normally would like to see from your quarterback, 32 yards passing, but you got the big numbers in the rushing attack, 290 yards. Khalil Mullings leading the way, and that's going to segue us to our first play we're going to look to, Al. A big run by Khalil. He's been a game breaker for the Wolverines all season. You're seeing these big plays, chunk plays for touchdowns. Why don't you set us up and tell us what we're going to be looking at?
Well, this is going to be a split zone. This is the first touchdown, and this game was a game of great defense and explosive runs. That was it. Now, there were some other good stuff in there, don't get me wrong, but without the explosive runs, this game is lost, okay? Without the great defense, this game is lost. So from an offensive perspective, the ability to do something I wasn't sure Khalil Mullings could do, and that's break. I knew he could pound. There was no doubt in my mind about that. But against a good quality football team, could he break long runs? He did. Add the Donovan Edwards dimension to it, which we knew eventually that was going to happen, right? You got yourself 300 yards rushing. Why? Not because of 6 and 7 yard runs, but because of 63-yard runs and 43-yard runs and those types of things that really put their rushing defense in the forefront, a rushing offense.
Yeah, you mentioned that about Khalil, like just to see his ability to hit those game-breaking runs. It's not just this game. He's been doing it all this season. He had some big runs last year. Yeah, and just his average, I think, is around 8 yards a carry right now. He's a bigger back, and I know you coach some bigger backs, and just to see his maturation from a guy that was sort of a spot player, right, at the end of 2022, and then to come into where he is now, the development, the maturation of him as a skilled player, it's great to see. And I know you've seen some guys develop through the years, but this is not something you see every day. And just a guy that no one expected this, right?
No, not like this. I knew Khalil was a good back, but that he could bust long runs, I had my doubts about that. Maybe against lesser teams, but teams like SC, I would have never guessed it. So he's won me over as a big play back. Donovan Edwards had already won me over as a big play back. So now if they can add some balance to this offense, they could really be
Absolutely.
formidable. And I think they can. I think they can. They're going to have to risk attacking the middle of the coverage, which they didn't do in this game. Most of the throws were to the flank, and I kind of understand why. I get it. They've had turnovers in their passing game, so they've been very careful. But as Alex Orji develops, I think because these defenses are playing differently, or they're going to play even more so from the first half to the second half. SC was a completely different defense. The middle of the defense is going to have to be attacked with a passing game at one point in time.
Yeah, to see how Orji develops here going into the Minnesota game this Saturday is going to be interesting. As you sort of see what the barometer is, right? What does he need to do for this team to contend for a Big Ten championship this year and win some of those big games, because there's a lot of them remaining on the schedule. So that being said, let's just jump into that first play about Khalil Mullings and break it down for us, Al.
Well, this is the first play. This split zone is a play that kind of resonates a little bit with some of the things we've been talking about, okay? And that's how even when Orji doesn't carry the football, how he influences the defense, okay? And we're gonna kind of hone in on this as we watch the play, all right? And you can see it. Oh, that's so pretty. That's so nice. Look at him. That's
just
a
to the
lot
house. It's
of
amazing.
body moving awful fast. Yeah, straight. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like a man, right through the middle of the defense, untouched. Now, it's the antithesis of that later on. He isn't untouched on his last run, but on that one, it looked like the scout team. So let's detail this a little bit, because there's more involved in it than a lot of people may think. Okay.
Just gotta love those plays. It just shell shocks the defense. Just a gut punch.
Yeah, it was a shot in the arm at that time because everything was kind of stagnant, and then all of a sudden, boom, he hit that, and away we go. So
it was refreshing to see. You've already seen the impact of Orji. Just with the defenses, just in my layman's eye, seeing them everybody in the box just try to stop the run.
Yeah. And here's a prime example. This split zone versus 4-3. They got 3 linebackers in the box. Okay. Basically a 7-man front to start with, okay? 4-3 versus just a basic cover 3, okay? But they motion, and we'll show that here in just a second. I believe it's first of all, the Mike linebacker on this is unblocked. Now, either he's mistargeted or he's just simply influenced by Orji on the pull. And you'll see as we go through this how that shakes out, okay? So keep an eye on him as we go. Put the receiver in motion, and he basically just goes and widens and blocks the cornerback, okay? Which is critical to a long run because you want to get those back-end guys blocked so they're not involved in trying to run him down, okay? That's how it starts. That forces that adjustment. Corner widens, safety moves to the middle, okay? Now that's significant because you remember where the ball's run, right? Remember where the ball's run. It's a run away from that safety. Okay, that's where we start. We engage the 5. Hinton goes out and engages the 5 technique, or the stand-up, the wide guy, okay? That's his guy. We double team with the center left guard to that Sam linebacker or nickel, whatever the hell he is, okay? So those two are going to double that 3 and then fall off for that Sam linebacker there. You see that right there. Crucial. That's where the point is. That's where the center's telling everybody to go. Okay? Right guard and right tackle come down on the 2-eye, and the tackle link comes down on the will backer. But now this is where the question mark is was he supposed to take the mic? Because I'm wondering, not very often on a split zone do you leave the mic unblocked. So I'm wondering if Link got the memo on this. Should he have come for the Mike linebacker? After the fact, glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't, because the Mike got influenced by the pull. But that being said, I think the scheme was designed for him to pass the will and take the Mike. I'd have to talk to the coaches, but I'm guessing that's what it was. Okay, here comes Mullins and Orji. They open away from the play, which means Alex has got to open that door, front out, okay? Hand him the ball so he can see the whole line of scrimmage. Don't get in the way. Don't get in the way. Make sure you clear so that Mullins can see what's going on. With that, now the split zone guy, I believe that's Zach Marshall, comes across and kicks out their stand-up. That's the split zone. One back one way, one back the other way, okay? With that action and that kick out, now Orji hands the ball off, but carries the fake out enough to influence the Will, the Mike, and the free safety. There they go. There they go. They move just enough with Orji now, knowing that they know Orji's a threat. They know Orji's a threat. They've been told all week they're playing a new quarterback. This guy's going to run more.
Right.
So they're understanding now that there's a chance that ball could be pulled.
So Orji gets an assist on this a little.
He gets an assist. He gets a block without blocking anybody, right? He gets a block without blocking anybody. But in my opinion, this was a huge reason this play went for a touchdown, because those three players in particular were influenced by the possibility of the pull.
So just the way the impact of making the quarterback switch to Orji.
See him jump outside.
Defenders move with him. Yep.
Mike wasn't even touched.
Mike wasn't even touched, and
wasn't even touched.
Off to the races.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. Sometimes you can blow it. I mean, I'm not sure they did, but I'm just saying, sometimes just the fact that the quarterback is presenting the threat of the run divides the defense a little bit. Sometimes a lot, sometimes just a couple steps. But those couple steps in this instance were enough to break the long run.
Yeah, it's great to see. Great to see the impact of the young quarterback already coming in that first game, and the he's had on the rushing attack. What we just haven't seen at the beginning stages of the season, sort of reminiscent of what we've seen the past couple years, right? Just getting that power run game going and seeing Khalil Mullins hit it for the home run. It was a great start for Michigan in that play scenario.
But that quarterback, Josh, it adds another dimension in that they got to deal with. You know what I mean? They got to deal with. Now, I got a question last week. I asked, well, why don't Davis Warren just do that? Well, he could pull the ball, okay. But how much of a threat do they see him as? I promise you, they see Orji as more of a threat as a runner. Now, they probably see Davis more as a threat as a passer, but that doesn't involve all that pulling and stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, apples to oranges there. Orji's he's a problem, right? He's not easy to bring down. He can run for the football. He ran for 43 yards in this game, and he keeps the defense accountable. And they had to account for him, and they paid the price because then Khalil Mullins took it to the house for that big touchdown.
Exactly. And just know this: he's not like Denard Robinson, where he's going to carry it, 20-something times a game, and because he's basically your best running back, right? Well, that's not the case with Alex. Is damn good, and he's going to cause some problems, but he's probably not going to do what Denard did. But he's got to do enough to scare them and force them to defend him.
Folks, if you want to see more of this football film study focused on the offense with Al Borges, just scan this QR code and download the Autograph app. It's available on Android and iOS. You can do it on your iPad, your iPhone, your Android. It is an outstanding app that aggregates all of the things that you do as a fan.
And we love aggregation, don't we, Sam? We do.
Reading your favorite blog, watching your favorite videos, film studies like this one, listening to your favorite podcasts. And of course, when you do all these things, you accrue points. And the great thing about it is with these points, you can redeem these points for rewards. Wow. Great thing that Tom Brady, this is his app. He came up with this great idea. It's an outstanding app that is available for free. This app is not available behind a paywall. It is free, available to you. All you have to do is download the Autograph app right now. Again, just scan this QR code. For those who are technologically challenged, make it even easier for you. All you have to do is follow this link. Right? Some of you just say, I don't want to scan a QR code, Sam Webb. Just go to link.ag.fan/football link.ag.fan/Sam Webb. Again, that's link.ag.fan/Sam Webb, and download the Autograph app today, and you'll be able to see the film study, of course, the film study with Al Borges, the film study with Vance Bedford, and you'll be up to speed on all the things that are going on when it comes to the latest and the greatest with the Michigan breakdowns as far as the film studies are concerned. And of course, during the bye weeks, we're going to be breaking down the Buckeyes. Don't forget the Buckeye breakdowns. We need your help to fund the Buckeye breakdown. So be sure to check out the comment section, the description. Help us fund the Buckeye breakdowns. Is Al and Vance are breaking down the Buckeyes on a weekly basis. We're going to do Buckeye film studies during the Michigan bye week. So if you want to help us fund those Buckeye breakdowns, be sure to go to the PayPal links in the description and in the comment section, and we'll be sure to take care of you with those Buckeye breakdowns in the bye week. So be sure to help us out.
I already started my breakdown, Sam. Already started them. Got that first game under my belt for the Buckeyes, and this Wednesday we're gonna go for game 2. So we'll be up on them.
There you go, folks. So we'll see you then. Be sure to download the Autograph app so you can see the film studies.